12 Sports presents high school playoff football tonight, a Class 6A quarterfinal round game from Hopkins High School. It's the Burnsville Blaze and the Maple Grove Crimson. John Jacobson along with Bill Hunstock and Ryan Iverson. And guys, we got a terrific game here tonight. Burnsville 9-1, Maple Grove coming in at 8-2. And Bill, let's start with Maple Grove. They've really had a terrific season. Into the state playoffs now for the third consecutive year.
Well, they've done a really good job of getting better every week. Talking with Coach Lombardi the last couple of weeks, one of their goals as a coaching staff is to get better every week, and they've really done that. They had an early season loss to Osseo in the first game. They really weren't very well prepared in that game, and Matt said that they really struggled. Later in the season, they had a loss to Eden Prairie, which was a real close game. They really played well in that game, but lost on a couple of big plays. And since then, they've gotten better. Their running game is a little bit more consistent. Their offensive line has played very well the last 3 weeks. Their quarterback has improved and has played with a lot more maturity than he had earlier in the season, and that brings them around so that they're an offensive threat. They spread the ball around pretty good. Defensively, they're a high energy, sometimes people say a high risk defense because they'll send a lot of people in one direction, and if they miss, they can give up a big play. But defensively, they're very disciplined. They pursue like bandits to the football, and they're really tough to read, and that'll give Burnsville a lot of problems.
Ryan, Burnsville is making its first state tournament appearance in 20 years in football. They had some great teams in the 80s and the early 90s, but it's been a long time. But they're excited, that whole community, for this team at 9-1 on the season to get to the state playoffs.
Well, I think Burnsville, I think football. Back when I was in Eden Prairie in the mid to late 90s, we had to always go through those tough Burnsville teams. So we were just talking to some of the guys on their program, and just a big deal for their community. This is a class, a senior class that they really pegged when they were in 8th grade. They thought, well, this could be the class that really gets us, puts us over the edge, back on the map. And here they are as seniors, and they got a lot of talent. They're 8-1 on the year, only loss coming to Lakeville North. They're ready to play, and they're dynamic offensively and defensively. So it should be a heck of a matchup.
Let's look at our key players tonight, starting with Burnsville. And Ryan, let's talk about KAMAL Martin, starting quarterback, headed to the University of Minnesota as an athlete.
Well, the big question is, if he plays well tonight, can we get him down on the field to play for the Gophers tomorrow night against Michigan, because they might need him. But he's really a heck of an athlete, and he's one of those really that can beat you 2 different ways. He's actually very efficient throwing the football, and I think he had 7 touchdowns and 1 interception at one point, so efficient. But he also can beat you with his legs. He's about 50 pounds bigger than me, he looked like out there. So he's big, strong, physical, but he's smart. He's passionate. He's a very good defensive player too. Really, I think we have 2 very dynamic quarterbacks. Whichever one of those 2 steps up tonight and has a more complete game, obviously I think their team's going to win.
Bill Hunstock, we always talk about line play, and so let's look at the one of the linemen for Maple Grove, a guy that goes on both sides of the football, senior Coyote Awashika.
Coyote Awashika has been a 3-year starter offensively, and a few weeks ago they moved him over to the defensive side. And every time we've talked with Coyote since then, he's just like, oh, I love playing defense. It's the greatest thing, And for offensive linemen, that probably is a great thing to be able to do because you're a lot more free on the defensive side. But when you really watch what the offensive line does, Coyote is the kind of the leader of that group, but all 5 of them work very well together. They do a lot of down blocking, trapping and pulling and kicking out, and really make a really nice synchronous movement when they do that. And I think that's a real key, because if they can do that, then that gives their running backs and their quarterback the opportunity to do what they do well, and that's what opens up the whole offense.
Winner of this game will face Eastridge next Friday night at Eden Prairie High School in the state semifinals. We'll take a break. We'll kick it off in a moment. Burnsville, Maple Grove, state football from Hopkins High School after this timeout.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
We are back at Hopkins High School in Minneapolis, ready for the state 6A quarterfinal game between Maple Grove and Burnsville. The Blaze in the playoffs for the first time since 1995. 5 state championships in their past, though, going back as far as 1972. Their latest in 1991. An excited Burnsville community for tonight's game. Maple Grove in the state playoffs for the 3rd consecutive year. Lost in the quarterfinals 2 seasons ago to Roseville. Last year got to the semifinal round. Lost on this field to Eden Prairie. And tonight trying to get to the semifinal round where they would play next week against Eastridge High School.
Yeah, John, we were talking, pre-game about all the quarterfinal matchups. I think this one is maybe the most even, which you could really see either team coming out of this. Both very similar offenses, dynamic quarterbacks, but don't make any mistake. They like to rush the football. Maple Grove averaging over 250 yards per game running, and Burnsville over 230 yards. So I think it's who's going to control the line of scrimmage tonight, which quarterback can make winning type plays. Because I have a feeling it's going to be a big pass play, whether that's an interception or a completion. But I think someone in the passing game is going to have to step up tonight.
I think you're right, because both these defenses are going to try to take away what the other guy's best offense is, and that's Isaac Collins and certainly the running game of Burnsville.
Tyler Knudsen will get us underway with a touchback. And Burnsville will start 1st and 10 from its own 20-yard line.
Well, such a weapon at the high school level to be able to kick that ball. And, of course, as soon as any player's foot gets in that end zone, it's an automatic touchback. With big play abilities by so many kids now, if you can just eliminate the chance for a kickoff return right off the bat, I think that's a really, really big weapon.
There's the numbers you saw for KAMAL Martin passing the football. And, Ryan, you mentioned just the 1 interception on the season. 8 touchdowns coming in to tonight's game, and also a terrific runner running for nearly over 400 yards on the season. And looking to throw on 1st down. Martin going deep left side. Nober shot his man down at the 45-yard line of Maple Grove, going for the home run play right off the bat. As you look at the rest of the starters for Burnsville, good line. Boy, big kids, Bill, on that offensive line for Burnsville.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys on there. 4 of the guys are 6'3" or 6'4", and they're all 270, 280. And one guy's 6'4", 300 pounds. So they're pretty good-sized kids.
I'll tell you what, even though Burnsville didn't connect on that play, I thought that was a great take on your first play. Excellent ball fake, and actually had the receiver wide open, just overthrew him a little bit. But sometimes even on those non-completions, it's enough where you soften that defense up a little bit.
Martin likes to run the football. Flag is down. He gets out past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Gain of 6 pending the flag.
Nope, illegal shift. So that's going to cost Burnsville. Illegal shift's going to cost Burnsville 5 yards. Still be 2nd down and 15.
Did you see the way KAMAL Martin finished that run, too, you guys? I mean, he's 6'3", 225 pounds, and you see quarterbacks sliding in this day and age. He finished that run lowering his shoulder. He's a handful.
Look at that Maple Grove defense, which has been improved throughout the season, game to game. Looking to shut down the Blaze tonight. Martin's pass to the sideline incomplete. Broken up along the sideline by Joe Wallach. And it's 3rd and 15. So look at Tyler KREBS now in his 5th year as head coach at Burnsville. 9-1 record this season. Mentioned the loss to open the season against Lakeville North, and 9 consecutive wins since then to get the Blaze to tonight's game against Maple Grove.
I'm just a positive guy too, John. We were all talking to him. He knows how important it is to the community, and seemed like he had a really good grip on this game, and just excited to be here, but also very confident.
4 receivers to the right, flag down, and another penalty against Burnsville. And it'll back up Burnsville 5 more yards. And it'll be 3rd down and 20.
I've never seen a formation. Have you, Bill, like that, where they have 4 wide receivers to one side,
and
one over
on the other.
You know, and that's tricky because you got to figure out who's supposed to be on the line, who's supposed to be back. You'll a lot of times see a lot of formation penalties off of that.
Absolutely. But that's a formation that will definitely bother a defense.
Line up the same way here on 3rd and long. Martin's got time to throw, fires over the middle, and incomplete out past the 40. Burrington on the coverage. Martin's the intended receiver. Jackson Martin's a junior. Almost came down with this one. That would have been plenty for a first down.
Boy, Burrington just got a hand on Jackson Martin's arm right there and pulled the ball off. And that's a good defensive play. But, boy, that's a heart attack for a defensive backfield coach. If he doesn't make that grab on the arm, that's a 20-some yard first down.
The flag goes down again. The kick went away, and we'll check this one out. Boy, 3 penalties on Burnsville in this opening series has pushed them back to the 5-yard line where they'll punt it away.
Well, not only that, not a good start offensively, but now you're thinking field position.
Right.
You know, you can see the punt returner for Maple Grove. He's standing at the Burnsville 30. And then you're thinking, too, you know, make sure you don't good snaps, nothing blocked in the end zone.
Yeah, you don't want anything to happen in the end zone to give Maple Grove any help.
Jake Shepley, the kick. Isaac Collins, the fair catch at the 38-yard line of Burnsville. 33-yard kick with no return, but backed up to the 5-yard line. Even with a halfway decent kick, Maple Grove's inside the Burnsville 40 for their first possession of the game.
And that's great field position, obviously, but this allows the Maple Grove offense so they can be loose and ready to go right from the start here.
There's the numbers for Brad Davison passing this season. He ran for 2 touchdowns last week in the win against Armstrong. Pitch goes to Collins. He'll come inside. Big hole up the middle, 30. Collins, no one's going to touch him. 37 yards for a touchdown. Well, that didn't take long.
Well, I don't think Coach Lombardi could script a better start to the ball game. I mean, defense holds, gets your offense great field position, and Isaac Collins, I hadn't seen him play since last year. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon. Just beautiful speed.
Yeah, we always say his speed kills.
Yeah.
And that's a great example. He got a nice seam at the point of attack on that little toss sweep. And that's a play that looks like it's going to go a lot wider than it's designed to. He hits the line of scrimmage and then immediately looks to the cutback lane. And if one guy has overrun it, he's gone like we saw right there.
Tyler Knutsen's extra point is good. And 48 seconds into the game, it's 7-0 Maple Grove. Look at the touchdown run again, guys.
Here you see right here. See, he's looking for the cutback lane to the left, and right there, he runs right away from everybody on the defense.
I think, when you're game planning to stop a really good running back, it really does take all 11 guys defensively. You can see a nice hole, but that's where Burnsville, you saw 4 or 5 yellow jerseys running right past Isaac Collins. It's got to be a team effort. You do those pursuit drills, John, every day in practice, and that's a case in point of why you do that. You might lose your one-on-one matchup on the line, but then your linebackers, your safeties, your cornerbacks, everyone's got to be running to the ball. And group effort.
And we saw on the replay there how well the offensive line, that was a perfect example of down block by the right-hand side. The left side guard kicks out the flank support, and the tackle pulls and curls back up inside. And you saw Coyote Awashika get a really nice, he didn't get a pancake leveling block on.
You don't need all he's got to do is get in the way.
KAMAL Martin, all he did was get in his way, and that opened up that seam right there for Isaac Collins.
And not to take away your athletic ability, Bill, but I think you could have scored on that play. That was so well blocked.
I'd still be at the 20-yard line running as fast as I could.
Another kickoff through the end zone. So Knutsen with the kick that will start Burnsville again at its own 20-yard line. But it couldn't have started much worse for the Blaze. They go 3 and out, plus 3 penalties on that first drive. And then Maple Grove scores on its first offensive play.
And this is where the coaching staff has got to say to the kids, hey, don't worry about it. Yeah, they got to score. We've goofed up. Now we just got to settle down and play. Let's concentrate on playing the game right now. Do what your job is.
So the first rush of the game for Burnsville will be Schiller, Michael Schiller, excuse me, the running back that'll take it out to the 21-yard line. Schiller's had a good season running the football. He's been their top rusher, 580 yards rushing, 5.7 average on the season.
One of the problems of the tough things when you get to this level of competition, all these teams are used to winning. They're not used to being down. So it's kind of like, to be a champion, how do you overcome that first shot? How do you overcome a deficit, a big turnover or something like that?
Martin keeping the ball, gets a couple of yards out to the 23. It'll be 3rd and 7.
And this is where I think Burnsville has to be patient. They've got to just do what they do well and keep doing it. You know, you give the ball to Schiller, you let Martin run the ball, throw the ball when you need to, or throw the ball when they don't expect you to, and just be patient with it. But always be focusing on the next play. Don't worry about the score. Score will take care of itself. In Maple Grove, everybody knows that they pursue like bandits to the ball. You got to catch them overrunning something, and then you can get a big play.
Peter Doyle had the tackle on that play. Second down, the ball is down. It's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Schiller, who hadn't turned around. And both he and Martin kind of shook their hands like, what? Neither was. Schiller wasn't expecting it.
That looked like a backwards pass, did it not?
Almost looked, yeah. Hard to tell from our angle, but I would agree with you there, Ryan. But now you've gotten 5 plays, 6 plays run. You've gone 4 positive yards, 3 positive yards, and now you're punting the ball again.
Sheplay's second punt, so high and off the side of his foot. That will go and be down at the 29-yard line, a 6-yard kick. Wow.
They had a little bit of nerves there, I think, by the punter, Shepley. I think that, Jake Shepley, I think he's, again, just settle down.
Look at the starting offense for Maple Grove. They're out there so quickly last time. We didn't have a chance to show you. They're out there for about 8 seconds. Guy to watch for tonight, Bill, Ryan Hanscom, who is in the backfield right now. Got hurt last week against Armstrong. He didn't return, been favoring an ankle all week, but he's their second leading rusher and a good change of pace guy with Collins. It'll be Ampey here, coming on the jet sweep inside the 10-yard line. And he's got a first down and goal for Maple Grove. At the inside the 20-yard line, down to the 19, not inside the 10, but a gain of 10 for Ampey. You look at the defense for Burnsville.
I don't know what you guys think, but I love that pre-snap motion. When you get a guy with speed, can kind of get his speed going before the snap starts. That's such a hard play to defend. And then on the trick side of that is Davison will keep that and coming back the other way. So I always think that's a tough offense.
I love motion and shifting. I think that's a great thing to do.
Davison will keep it, 15-yard line. Davison to the 10 off a would-be tackler, and he's got a first and goal. He picks up 11 more yards after Ampey had picked up 11 on the first play of the drive. And it'll be first and goal for the Crimson.
And he's saying, hey, KAMAL Martin,
watch this.
I can run the ball too. Look at this.
That's how you finish a run again.
Yeah, lower that shoulder. And
well, what I'm seeing too is Maple Grove, they're firing off the ball. They might not have the size that Burnsville does, but their quickness and their speed seems to be, if you will, overpowering, overmatched against Burnsville. There's a look at Matt Lombardi, the head coach for the Crimson, who can't be more pleased with how his team started this game.
It's Ross, the fullback, toward the goal line, and they're going to mark him shy of the goal line. It'll be second down and goal from the 1. Sam Ross, a run of 6.
And so far, the running game for Maple Grove has really got Burnsville on their heels. You see he's down at about the 1-yard line. Yep.
And the other thing, too, that's so hard, Coach, to prepare is balance. We've seen the quarterback keep it. We've seen pre-snap motion with a wingback. We've seen Isaac Collins keep it. That time they give it to the fullback. So as a defense, it's really hard to stop when you don't know who's going to get the ball.
Absolutely.
And it's Davison, the quarterback, sneaking across the goal line. No signal yet. Touchdown, Maple Grove.
Now, that's a pretty, you got a 6'3", 220-pound quarterback just lunging forward. He's been watching Tom Brady run those quarterback sneaks, and you can see the push from that Maple Grove line. Excellent play call. You couldn't ask for a better, more efficient start. No. Really on both sides of the ball for the Crimson.
Yeah, 5 plays and 2 touchdowns. You really can't script it any better than that.
Knudsen for his second extra point. And this one is up and through as well. We are 4 minutes into the game, and Maple Grove up on Burnsville, 14-0.
Well, this is where, too, I think Coach KREBS and the Blaze staff need to get their guys together and say, everyone take a breath. This is not Blaze football. This is not what got us to this point. We've beaten good teams. We can score in a hurry, settle down, and I don't think you panic either. You don't try to get it all back. What they need now is a sustained drive, even if they don't get any points. Change the field position game here. Get something positive to build on for the team.
Exactly. Give your guys something to hang your hats on, and that's really what it matters. And I think you're exactly right there, Ryan. That it's just settling down and playing your type of football. They've come back in a couple of games. They haven't been ahead of every opponent all the time. So they know how to come back. All they have to do is just, like you said, settle down. They were really geeked up for the start of this game. It's their biggest game in 20 years for their team and their school and their community. And those kids know that everybody is watching what's happening, and they're geeked up for it. They need to settle in and play their style of football.
When they know the millions of people that are watching the game on 12 TV,
right?
Broadcast around the world right now. But no, you're absolutely right. The other thing too, when you're so amped up as a player, sometimes you make early mistakes. You overrun, you don't pursue, you false start, things like that. So let's just see how their offense can come out again, starting at the 20-yard line after another touchback.
Knudsen, great start for him, huh? 3 touchbacks, 2 extra points.
Yep.
Look at Awashika and that Maple Grove defense has allowed 3 yards total in 6 Burnsville offensive plays so far. Martin under center, 1st and 10 from the 20. They start out with a run, a good hole up the middle, up past the 30 to the 35. It's Olson with the run, and a nice job by Stephen Olson, the junior, who gets Burnsville's first down of the game, a gain of 16.
Well, that's how you get it back right there, Bill. You run power football, you get your best running back in space, and he nearly broke that for even a bigger game.
And that was a good physical run, too, right there.
Olson with 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. They go back to him on first down here, and he gets a yard to the 37.
He looks like another number 28 that we see on Sundays in this state.
Exactly.
Just the way he's keeping those legs pounding. And I like, too, Maple Grove's trying to get that ball loose. You see he's got his both mitts on that ball, making sure he doesn't let go of that. I like the start of this drive, the physicality of it.
Yeah, that was a very physical run right there. It wasn't as long, but it was a very physical run.
Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Martin, he'll pitch it back. Cutting back is Olson, and he's going to be wrapped up. Awashika drops him back at the 31. Now the line of scrimmage, the forward progress will be ahead of that, but big number 74 had him wrapped up in a hurry.
Yeah, watch number 25, Zion Allen. You see him set the edge there. There's nowhere to go. And you talk about Maple Grove, Bill, pursuing the football. He knows if he sets that edge, he's going to have 8, 9 guys running down the field. Just an excellent job of containment.
Yeah, their defense is designed to work from the inside out and do what they call spill the running back out to the outside. And like you said, when that guy sets the flank, that means the pursuit is right there behind it. And it's very hard to run the flank on Maple Grove, but as we saw earlier in the drive, if they can run the ball straight ahead, they might have a chance.
Play action on 3rd and 6. Martin's ball overthrown and almost intercepted by Burrington at midfield. Trying to get it to Keenan Wingy, but overshot him, and it'll be 4th down and 7 for Burnsville.
Anytime, too, I see 2 receivers right in the same spot. You think one of them maybe ran the wrong route. You got 2 guys within about 3 yards of each other and 3 or 4 defenders. That's a tough ask of your quarterback.
There's no window to throw the ball.
Exactly.
But that was a much better, a much more settled in start to their possession than they'd had the first 2 times.
Shepley, much better kick this time. Will bounce at the Maple Grove 40-yard line and go out at the 36. Still not a great kick, only 24 yards. Maple Grove will start inside its 40 on its third possession of the game.
They're used to starting on the Burnsville 36,
yeah.
so this is a little different now for Maple Grove. But, you know, their offense regrouped, got a couple first downs there. You know, let's see if their defense can answer now, get the ball back in the hands of their offense. And if you're Maple Grove, this is where I think taking a shot, right? You got the lead. You know, do you try some type of trickery or a play action, try to get a big play going down the field?
Davison throws it out. Eddie Lee with the catch. He gets spun down at the 42 after a gain of 5. Nice tackle by Jared Germanson. And it's a gain on the play of 5 on the first pass of the night for Maple Grove. Davison the lead.
Yep, nice, quick, easy throw. And you got Eddie Lee, not a very big kid, but explosive.
And Gemenson does a good job of making an open field one-on-one tackle against a slippery little guy who can get down the field in pretty good order.
On second down and 5 from the 42 of Maple Grove. Davison will pitch back to Collins. Collins cutting it back. Gets past the first down 6 and out to the 49. A gain 7. And it's a Maple Grove first down.
And once again, that's the play that they scored on the very first play of the game. And you can see again, he's not looking to run to the sideline and turn up. He's looking for the first opening he can get, and knowing that he's going to get a kick out and a wall off from his pulling lineman that can open things up for him.
Collins with 1,559 yards rushing and now 21 touchdowns on the season.
Well, and the other thing, too, he's not getting hit until he's 3 or 4 yards down the field.
Yep.
So excellent job by this offensive line.
This time bounces it outside. Still at the line of scrimmage. Finally gets across the 50, but strung out pretty well by the Blaze that time. And a gain of just 3 for Collins here.
Oh, excellent footwork. Watch this move. This initial move goes outside. Great footwork. And really just a nice job. I thought that was really well played in defense by Burnsville.
Yeah.
That's just a great player making 4 yards out of nothing that was there.
Yeah, and that was well played by Burnsville to keep that thing corralled like that.
Line of scrimmage to 48 of Burnsville. Clock stop with just under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Maple Grove up already 2 scores on Burnsville. Davison from the shotgun. He'll keep it 45-yard line. Davison to the 41. He'll be close to a first down.
And we haven't seen Brad Davison carry the ball a lot this year. And boy, the first 2 times he's decided to run it, he's done pretty well.
And he gets a first down.
Yeah, and the other thing I really like by the Crimson is their balance. We saw a quick throw on first down. They've run that toss sweep inside for some big yards. Isaac Collins running outside. Brad Davison, a couple of keepers. They really have this aggressive, good Burnsville defense kind of on their heels as far as not knowing what to expect or what weapon you're going to go to. And that makes it hard defensively to really gear down and get a stop.
That's Lee coming in motion. Davison will pitch it to Collins. 40-yard line down to the 37-yard line. Gain of 4. Stephen Olson on the catch, or excuse me, on the tackle. It's a second down and 6 coming for the Crimson on Collins' 4th carry of the game.
And again, that was a pretty well done out on the flank there, where there was really no place for Davidson to run. They forced the pitch, and Isaac Collins didn't have a lot of space to run. He did get 4 yards, which is a nice first down play.
Well, and that's the difference, I think, tonight is Maple Grove's bad plays are still going for 4 to 5 yards. They're still setting up second, third down, and very manageable.
Ampey comes in motion, had 1 carry already tonight. It's Davison keeping inside the 35-yard line to the 33. He'll be a couple yards shy of the first down. It'll be third down and a manageable 2 to 3 yards to go for a first down for Maple Grove.
And we're in 4-down zone too, so you're going to have 2 downs to make 2 yards.
And, and that play is really a simple play. It's a quarterback keeper.
Right.
But you add in that pre-snap motion. You get the defense shifting, thinking about it just enough. And again, you have, Brad Davison, who's not overly fast, but he's a physical quarterback, physical runner.
Yep.
He's not getting contact, Bill, until he's 5 yards down the field.
Yep.
And Davison getting to the 30-yard line. See where they spot him down. It looks like he has enough for the first down, and he does. Davison, Bill, you mentioned, hasn't rushed a lot. 9 rushing attempts in the first 2 postseason games. Already has 5 tonight, including a touchdown. Then they go right to the line of scrimmage and back to the ground game and inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. And a good first down run. And Ryan Hanscom with his first carry tonight. Yeah, and Hanscom does a nice job. They fake the toss sweep, give the ball coming back with a tackle trap to Hanscom. But you notice at that time they got the first down and they came right up to the line of scrimmage and ran a play with very short count and everything like that. So again, the tempo of the Maple Grove offense, and it's one of the things I love about offensive football is how you can control the tempo of the game by how quickly you set up your plays. You got the Oregon style of just go, 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 and you've got a style where people want to control things a little bit more. Timeout taken by Maple Grove. Lombardi comes out onto the field. Boss man there too.
He's trying to figure out why they haven't scored. It's been a couple of minutes since they've scored last. No, but to get to your point too, Bill, I always found when I'm watching a football game, the team that's increasing the tempo, to me that spells confidence. Like we got a thing that's working and it's going, and we're not going to give you a chance to reset, to talk about what's going on. And
here's a look at the tournament bracket. With the Osseo winning last night, 24-21 against Lakeville North. So they are into the game next week at Minnetonka High School. And the winner of this one playing Eastridge next Friday at Eden Prairie. Osseo winning by 3 against Lakeville North. Eastridge on a last-second field goal, beating Wayzata by 3 last night.
But you notice that all 8 of the teams are the 1 and 2 seeds. So that means that the seeding process worked pretty well.
And off to Collins, and he is wrapped up inside. Drop for no gain. Mo Martin among those in on the stop for Burnsville, along with Garrett Olson. Bill, I know you like Garrett Olson as a linebacker. He's also a decent running back, and kind of an all-around guy, number 16 for Burnsville. And he was the first one to make contact here.
You can see he made a nice body mass to body mass hit, wrapped up, and Isaac Collins had nowhere to go. I like the way that Olson plays. Garrett Olson, he moves around, and he really brings a presence. He's their defensive captain. He's their play caller. So he really is the leader of that defense.
They'll use him as a receiver on offense. On 3rd down, and they give, and inside the 20, down to the 18 goes Collins here. And he picks up a first down.
And they went unbalanced, which for you at home, there's only 2 linemen on the right side. You bring 2 tight ends over, so you got 6 blockers there, going against only 5 for Burnsville. That's an easy math problem, and you get those linemen up the field. That's an easy first down. Nice play call by Coach Lombardi.
Yeah, and you really have to be ready for that with Maple Grove. They'll go unbalanced at
really
various
to combat
times.
it, all you have to do is shift over so you're matched up.
All you got to do is find the middle, and it's pretty easy, but you have to do it.
Roll out Davison on 1st down. Now tucks it down, and he'll go down back at the 23-yard line. A sack and a loss of 5. Aaron Hawkinson, linebacker, coming in, and Davison had nowhere to go here. Didn't force it though, so made the good play there. Hawkinson drops him though for a loss of 5.
That's a big play for the Blaze defense. So to get a negative play and force a 2nd and long, now you're kind of forcing their hand. Well, Maple Grove's going to have to put the ball up in the air.
And you take some of their balance away from them. You're forcing exactly right. I think that if they can continue to win 1st down, that could be a really big difference in this game.
Shotgun for Davison on 2nd and 15. Roll out right. They'll throw to the end zone, and nobody there, and incomplete. Hampy, the closest receiver to it, but Well, overshot him, and it'll be third down.
Well, Eddie Lee was the receiver, and he did an out route at about the 5-yard line, and I think Brad Davison thought he was going to the end zone. A little miscommunication there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you know, one of the downfalls, if you can critique Brad Davison, who's a remarkable player, is he will turn the ball over. He will throw an interception, and that time lucky that one did not get picked off.
Yeah, somebody either Ampey or Eddie Lee broke off their route, and you can't do that after the ball's committed to being in the air.
But what a big play, 3rd and long
Yes.
for this Burnsville defense. Maybe it's something that they can start to build off of.
On 3rd down and 15, they give off the inside and a run that gets back some of the yardage lost on the sack, but it'll still be 4th and very long to go for Maple Grove. That'll be the end of the first quarter, though. And we'll pick it up on 4th and long in the second quarter. At the end of one, it's Maple Grove 14, Burnsville nothing. You're watching high school playoff football on 12 Sports.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
I jumped the gun on the end of the quarter. Maple Grove taking a timeout with 2 seconds left. They got the wind behind them. And so obviously thinking perhaps a field goal. And Knudsen's out on the field. He's got a strong leg. He's certainly shown that tonight. So with the wind behind them, they're going to go for it here with the field goal attempt to try to make it 17-0 at the end of a quarter. This will be a kick of 36 yards for Tyler Knudsen, right in the middle of the field. Got a strong leg, and it is right down the middle. And it is 17-0. And now it is the end of the quarter. Knudsen with the field goal of 36 yards to bring the end of the first quarter. It's now 17-0. Maple Grove up on Burnsville. We're back with more from Hopkins High School after this timeout.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower. We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
17-0. Maple Grove up on Burnsville after one quarter. Blaze will get the kickoff to start the second quarter, and you know they had little things right now for Burnsville. Got up 1 first down on that last drive. Made some good plays defensively, although still gave up points on that drive defensively. But you're in a 17-point hole. You're needing bigger gains here pretty soon in the second quarter. High pooch kick. Handled and dropped at the 28. The flag is down.
False start.
Will be the first penalty of the game against Maple Grove.
I'm surprised that they weren't trying to kick that deep. Knudsen intentionally kicked that one only about 35 yards.
Well, the good news is the Blaze maybe not starting at their own 20 on this drive for the first time.
Now Knudsen will give it another boot. Kick high, and this will be in the field of play. Handled at the 17-yard line. Big hole for Martins up the middle. Breaks into the open at the 40. And he's brought down from behind at the 48, or that would have been a touchdown. Burrington makes the tackle. Otherwise, that's 6 points for the Blaze.
Yeah, Burrington does a nice job of making the tackle. But Martins gets a breakthrough right there, and he just slowed down enough for Burrington to run him down from behind.
You know what? It's a play you build on. Now you can see the Burnsville crowd is excited. They're back into it. Maybe that's just a spark. Your defense got to win with holding them to a field goal, get a big play in special teams. Let's see if their offense can top that with another big play here, get the momentum back on their side.
Out of the I formation behind Martin, 1st and 10. Blaze at their 47-yard line. The deep back and a gain out to the 48-yard line. Well played defensively in the middle of that line, and a gain of just 1.
I'd like to see Jackson Martins hit that hole the way Isaac Collins hits that hole. Martins has the speed. And you see the difference with how they approach the hole. And part of that's due to the line and what holes are available, but you got to hit that hole with your full speed, especially when you're quick and powerful and fast like he is.
Jordan Leake is the fullback, but again goes to Martins inside Crimson territory, and a nice run of 5 yards here down to the Maple Grove 46. It'll set up 3rd down and 3.
That was a really nice run there. It doesn't look like much, but look at how he makes a move in the hole and then just puts his shoulders ahead and runs straight to the goal line. On that type of a play, that's what you want your back to do, because if he tries to go anyplace else, he's going to have a very weak play.
Tyne Allen on the tackle. 3rd down and 3, Blaze. Hand off. And Martin's trying to break free.
Effort.
Still going
effort.
forward, and looks like he's got a 1st down.
Well, they tackled him low, but that's what you teach from Pee Wee football on. Your running backs keep those legs moving. You can see there's contact right there.
Right.
Watch those legs. He doesn't go down. He keeps them moving. And that's just all effort right there, Bill, getting that 1st down, huge 1st down for Burnsville.
You talk about second effort, second, third effort. That's again, those are kind of things that are pick-me-ups. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look spectacular, but that's a big play for the Burnsville offense to get a 1st down in a critical situation.
1st and 10 from the 43. Kamal Martin will keep it this time. Maple Grove stringing him out left side, falls forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
I think that was actually a designed run. It was excellent ball fake, but there just was nothing there from the get-go. That's just athleticism and effort again, turning what should have been a 6-7 yard loss into a no gain. Yeah,
Kamal Martin does a nice job of getting his shoulders back upfield. But I'd like to see Burnsville offense, if they really want to move, I think you've got to attack. I think you've got to attack more straight ahead with a really aggressive defense. Sometimes you can trap them, but you've really got to getting to the outside on Maple Grove is really hard because they set the edge so well.
Carter Kitterman comes up and makes the tackle on Martin. It'll be a loss of 1.
Well, it's how slow developing that play is.
Yep.
I think with Maple Grove and their team defensive speed, you got to have quick hitters going north and south. And that time Quade comes in, and there was no getting out of that tackle.
No, Quate's a very, very firm take. He's not the biggest guy, but he's got good instincts. He pursues at good angles. And he's a sure tackler. He can bring people down one-on-one.
And now you put Burnsville in that 3rd and 11 again, where you know it's going to be a pass. The front 4 for Maple Grove is going to pin their ears back, and it's not a very good situation for an offense to be in.
Martin gets pressure, throws, and incomplete. Trying to hit Olson, and incomplete. Stephen Olson, the intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down and 11 for Burnsville.
And you can see the pressure coming on the weak side on the blitz, Zion Allen. And that's the 2nd pass. You got to remember, too, this is how finicky football is. First play of the game, Burnsville, he overthrew his guy by maybe a foot.
Right.
But that could have been an opening play touchdown for the Blaze.
Yep.
And instead, some people at home might be thinking, why aren't you going to go for it? You're down 3 scores. You need momentum. But this is, I think, a smart play. And you change the direction here of the position of the field.
Yeah, you got to try to flip the field a little bit.
Shipley with the kick. It'll bounce inside the 20, and it'll roll down and be down at the 14-yard line.
Yeah.
And your defense is coming off of a stop last time where they held them to a field goal. And you don't got to get it all back at once.
No.
Maple Grove isn't a team that's going to score in the 50s or 60s. They're going to give you chances to get back in the game. You got to just slowly chip away. And to Bill, what you were saying before the game, football's won on each play. You can't get it all back.
Right.
Looking at the score, you just do your job on each play, and the rest will follow.
Yeah, play your fundamentals, play the way you're taught to play the game, and it will take care of itself. You can't get too worried about, well, what are they going to do? Well, you take care of what you can take care of, and that's yourself.
I think the first down is huge too, John. I think Burnsville can win first down and maybe put this Maple Grove in an awkward position. That's huge.
Yampy going in motion with the inside handoff, and the Blaze ready there, and it'll be a short gain. Burnsville saying the ball is loose and in their possession. But Collins had it to the ground at least before it came loose, and it's second down. Gain of 3.
That time I thought Maple Grove let Burnsville off the hook. There was a lot of room to the outside. If Davison had kept that, he had Isaac Collins with him. And I can bet you that their offensive coaches saw that, and you would be shocked if you see that same play only actually kept and run to the outside.
Line of scrimmage is the 18. And Davison with a quick toss to Ampey and a completion out to the 24-yard line. Stephen Olson on the tackle.
You know what they're doing? I like the plan. Just quick, easy throws for Davison. Get his confidence, get his rhythm. And those really act like extended running plays. You see the Patriots run that a lot.
Yep.
The NFL of those little 2-3 yard hitches, easy catching passes, and it also builds a nice rhythm and confidence for your quarterback.
And you're down at 3rd and 1.
Yep.
Davison 2 of 3 passing tonight, was sacked once. 3rd down and 1 from the 25. Inside, I don't think you got it.
No, they're going to call him short. I thought they were going to run that quarterback sneak again with Davison. That's been pretty successful. They tried to get a little cute, a reverse pivot to the fullback here, and excellent penetration by Burnsville. You can see they grabbed his legs, and he's going to be short.
Yeah, he got up to the line of scrimmage before he got hit, so that was very close to first down. You see where the ball is marked; it's just short of the 25-yard line. But I think with a 17-point lead, with not a whole lot of, with about middle of the quarter, you go ahead and punt it. You don't want to. And John, you asked the question: is Hanscom going to punt? That ankle, maybe we'll see if that ankle is bothering him when the ball thumps against it.
Teddy Rash came in and punted for him last week after he got hurt. And Hanscom gets this kick away, and a fair caught at the 50-yard line by Olson. A kick of 25 yards.
Well, now Burnsville's going to get a chance to get excellent field position.
Right in midfield.
Well, they really got to, I think offensively they've just got to say, hey, this is our series. We've got to take the ball, get it down, and score, and that'll help everything else out that we're doing.
Nearing the midway point of the second quarter, first down and 10. Blaze at the 49 of Maple Grove. Needing points though. Blaze down by 17. Olson from the Wildcat will pitch it in front for Martins. Martins got it, 45-yard line, 40, and knocked out of bounds in front of the Maple Grove bench, down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 16 yards.
Went a little different formation. They went Wildcat.
Yep.
Took Martin out of the ball game there. A nice little pitch, and I really like Jackson Martins. He's got excellent speed and good footwork there, and a nice big play.
Yeah, he's had 2 nice runs on that kickoff return, and that play right there. He looks like he's a load to bring down.
That goes for 17 yards.
Well, you can see Stephen Olson is the quarterback, so it's a Wildcat formation. Wouldn't be surprised to see the motion coming this way to the wide part of the field here.
This time Olson will keep it, breaks a tackle, coming back to the middle of the field, inside the 30 of the 28, before he's hit by Tyler Little with help from few of his other teammates, but not until Olsen was able to make something out of really not much at all. Gains about 4.
Just a heck of an effort.
Yeah, it's a great personal effort by Olsen, but you can see how well he must have had a hold.
It was a legal shift.
Oh,
they said
illegal
before
shift.
the game.
So yeah.
What we saw in that first drive for Burnsville, it's hard enough to beat Maple Grove. It's really hard to beat yourself and Maple Grove. You got to avoid these penalties and going backwards, especially with the momentum here going into good territory after that big play.
And Olsen will still be from that Wildcat formation from the now 37 of Maple Grove. Martin's in motion. It's Olsen keeping, and he's inside the 35-yard line of the 33. They'll gain about 4 yards.
He gets back most of what they lost on the penalty. But they're really, this is a good change of pace for Burnsville. They're really, they're taking this and going with it and giving Maple Grove a little bit of something else to think about. They're probably not going to stay with this the rest of the game, but it's a good change of pace. Forces the Maple Grove defense to play a little bit differently.
2nd down and 10. Again, Martin's in motion. And this time he'll get the ball again. 30-yard line, 25.
Nice cut.
Still with on his feet, down inside the 20 to the 15-yard line of Maple Grove. A heck of a run again by Jackson Martins.
Yeah, we saw that play the 17 yards a few plays ago, and he gets to the outside and just watch the effort. I mean, just great. That's where you got to wrap up as a defender. Wrap him up. He keeps his feet going, and that's just an excellent, hard-earned first down. And then now Burnsville's got something. They're tasting it. They got to punch it in there and get 6 here to make this a game.
Timeout by Maple Grove, but you notice that Martin's on that one. He did a good job of peripheral vision, seeing Isaac Collins coming at him at full speed and stopping and letting Collins fly by.
The old Top Gun move where you hit the brakes and
the guy flies
right by you.
Maple Grove out of timeouts with 4:48 to go here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting, too, that Burnsville really the first sign of, identity on offense is without their star quarterback, KAMAL Martin, in the game. But like to Bill's point, just a little change of pace. And really, they're either running the flip to the outside or number 28, Stephen Olsen, is going to keep it. So not a lot of diversity to it. But, basically Burnsville saying, here's what we're going to do, and can you guys stop it?
Yeah, that's a two-play. The Wildcat is not a hard set to defense because you got such a small play choice out of it. But what it does is, because it narrows your play choices, it gives your offensive line an opportunity, set their blocking scheme, and just go with it. And like you said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go.
Olsen hit by Quate and gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe got a yard, but Leroy Quate was all over Stephen Olsen in a hurry on that play.
And Quate's had a couple times tonight where he's getting in the backfield. That time just reading the play. And I think he could sense that the snap was later, so he knew the pitch wasn't going to be there. Able to just read the ball, makes a really nice tackle in the backfield.
2nd down and 9.
As a defense, you're watching for any little tell that can lead you to where the ball's going to go. And I've noticed that the snaps are a little bit late when he's not going to be pitching it.
Olsen will keep it inside the 15-yard line. Maybe got a couple of yards. Falls forward to near the 13-yard line.
Yeah, pretty good run there. Gain of about 4. They're third and about 4 or 5. And
are you thinking, Bill, this is 2 down territory?
Yep, absolutely.
So you don't necessarily need all 5 right now, but if you can get 3 to 4, get it a 4th and manageable.
Yep.
And you can see they bring in KAMAL Martin back into the game.
Now 3rd down and 5. He got 4 yards, Olsen did, on that last run. Now Martin from the shotgun. He's going to throw over the middle, incomplete.
That was there.
Garrett Olsen is intended receiver. And Martin Couldn't complete the pass. Kamal Martin so far 0 of 7 passing.
Well, and he had the guy there. I thought he overthrew that. That one doesn't have to be so hard, just touch.
Yep.
But he hasn't missed by much. That's about the 3rd pass that they've had big play opportunity. The ball just a foot or so off the mark.
Yeah, that wasn't off by very much, like you said, Ryan, but it was just enough that he couldn't put a grab on it. And now you got 4th down. You've got to get. You can get the 1st down obviously without scoring, so you really got to really put your pressure on yourself. But we got 3 guys that can carry the mail too.
Oh, and I wouldn't be surprised here if you see. Oh, they are going for it.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a different formation here, different quarterback in the game.
That's Corey Kallstrom, who has played some quarterback this season. Has some time, still on his feet, hitting it. We're down at the 15-yard line. Couldn't find anybody off to his left, and he's dropped for a loss. And Maple Grove takes over on down. Zion Allen coming over. Ilya Kallstrom had time here, Bill, looking.
Yep.
And then Allen catches up to him before he can get rid of the football.
Yeah, Zion Allen does a really good job, and the quarterback there, Corey Kallstrom, does a nice job of avoiding Leroy Quate to get a little bit of a chance, but Maple Grove defense very tough on those last 2 plays.
So Maple Grove takes over on downs, 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Ampey comes in motion. He gets his 2nd carry of the night. Ampey cutting it back upfield across the 20 to the 23-yard line, and a gain of 8 yards. Tackle made by Jared Gamunden. Gain of 8.
And Maple Grove's offense does a very nice job of their outside receivers do a good job of hooking up with the defensive player and just staying in their face and letting the running back or the receiver find where they're going to go.
2nd and 2 from the 23. Davison, hand off to Collins, leaning forward to the 25-yard line, right at the 1st down sticks. And they are going to not even measure. They'll call the 1st down.
That was very close, but Collins gets a good lean. Oh yeah, he's easily at the line to gain. When you see the replay, you can see that the ball was just on the line, maybe even past it.
He can get a very good spot, but they still gave him the 1st down. Again, Maple Grove out of timeouts. 2:15 to play in the half. They're at their own 25, leading 17-0. Pitch to Collins, 30-yard line. Breaks a tackle, 35, and runs out of bounds at the 38, a gain of 13.
Boy, that was a smart move at the end of that run of Isaac Collins to get out of bounds, save the clock a little bit. Still got more than 2 minutes to go in the half. You know, if he tries to get an extra 2 yards out of that clock is still going to continue to run.
Collins tonight, 10 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
That's almost 8 yards a carry.
Good California math, Bill.
My math is rock solid tonight.
Davison, a roll out, flag is down, steps up, another flag comes out, throws, completed to near the 47-yard line to 48 to Lee, but this is, I think, going to come back, Bill.
I think so. Just the positioning of the flag, I think we're going to have a hold on the far side. False start. I guess there wasn't a hold, but there were the two linesmen, the head linesman and the line judge, both threw flags, and so they both must have seen the same guy illegally proceeding.
First down and 15. Clock stopping with the minute 57 to play. Blaze hoping that it doesn't get any worse, Bill, before halftime. I mean, 17-0's not great, but it's better than 24-0.
Absolutely.
Davison will pitch it out. Collins doesn't have much room on the short side. He gets rammed out of bounds by Max Cantrell, senior linebacker, one of those seniors that Coach KREBS talked to us about before the game some really a good senior class of football players. As Hanscom, on the carry and knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, pretty well played. Cantrell does a good job of getting all the way from his inside linebacker's position out to the pitch, getting in that running lane and giving really not much. I mean, it was a 5-yard game, but not a lot of room for Hanscom to go.
Clock stopped for the Crimson, though, so positive on that part. The gain of 5 for Hanscom. It's second down and 10. Line of scrimmage is their own 38-yard line. Receiver to either side. Another flag. We're going to have a delay of game on the Crimson.
So they're kind of bit by the same bug that Burnsville had in their first possession.
Right.
A couple of penalties right in a row here.
So, second down and 15. Back at the 33. Davison over to the sideline and talk with Coach Lombardi. So, line of scrimmage again, the 33. They're at the right hash. Lee, the receiver, top of your screen. 2 backs around Davison. He'll give it to Collins. 30-yard line, 35. Out to the 40. Has a little seam, and down at the 49 he goes for a first down. And a gain of 16 yards for Isaac Collins.
Boy, Collins really made the most of this one. Gets a really good push at the line of scrimmage, and right here makes a nice cut to get upfield and avoid the tackle. Almost got back up after he landed on the Burnsville tackler before he was pushed back down.
Hawkinson on the tackle, 1st and 10 from near midfield. Davison butts outside, inside the 40-yard line. Had a nice gain of 11 on the first down for Davison.
Boy, Davidson has really proved to be a quality running back tonight. I think Burnsville didn't expect him to carry the ball, and he's run it very well the 3 or 4 times he's carried it.
Olson on the tackle, Stephen Olson. 1st and 10, Maple Grove. Clock running, under a minute to go. They're just inside the Blaze 40. Play action. Davison, deep drop, throwing toward the end zone to Lee, and incomplete. Broken up by Cantrell. Lee, who had a big 60-plus yard reception for a touchdown last week against Armstrong, almost comes down with one here.
Yeah, Cantrell
he was in the clear, but Cantrell gets back, and that ball hung up a little bit in the wind as well, Bill.
Yes, it did, and Cantrell did a really nice job of getting between the receiver and the ball as he came back to make that play. Yeah, with the wind, that ball might be a touchdown.
Right.
Against the wind, it's knocked down a little bit.
Second down and 10. Clock stopping, as you can see, with 50 seconds to play in the half. Davison roll out, throws to the left sideline, and in and out of the hands of Ampey. That would have been a first down. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Went to a little bit of an unbalanced line that time. The tight end, number 88, Jared Martinson, came over, and because he was covered by Lee, he was ineligible. So that means he has to be a blocker the whole way on that play. But with them doing the sprint out to the left side, it gave Davison one extra blocker on that side.
Will Rule now sets up on the left side of the line on 3rd down. They give on the delay to Collins, and he only gets a couple yards to the 37. Hawkinson on the stop. He'll actually get 2 yards. It'll be 4th down and 8. Now a timeout taken by Burnsville.
I see we got 4th down and 8. Defense, you've got to get a good solid play called here. I don't know that we'll see anything except. Well, it looks like we might even have the punt team out there. I'm surprised. I'd be very surprised. But Hanscom is going to be back, and they're going to punt the ball with 36 seconds.
Well, if you keep Burnsville inside their 20, it really lessens their chance of getting any points before halftime. And so they do get it away here to bounce at the 20, or inside the 20, and be down at the 18-yard line. So they are inside the 20, and not much time left for the Blaze. Under 30 seconds to go now as they get the ball one final time. Hanscom's second punt. A little rain coming in, Bill.
I'm surprised. I didn't think it was that cloudy. I hadn't heard that there was going to be later tonight. After about 10 o'clock, there might be some rain, but a little bit early here. So what do you do, John? Do you try to go for the big play to get a score, or you just get one play and go back into the locker room and figure out how you can get 18 points without giving up any more?
Right. Well, they do have 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right, so they're going to try to throw. Quick throw, right side, and a completion out to the 25-yard line. A gain of about 8 on the catch for Corey Kallstrom, his first catch tonight. Mentioned he's played some quarterback this season. He's also been a receiver. His 8th catch of the year right there. Picks up 8 yards.
That's a nice quick out. Is that the first completion for Martin tonight?
Yes, it is. 1 for 8
1
passing.
for 8. That's very unusual for him because he's about a 60% passer, which means that at some stretch here, keeping up with his average, he's going to have about a 7 or 8 in a row completions.
And 5 receivers on the play. Empty backfield for Martin. Gets a rush. Throws over the middle and downfield and incomplete. Just a little bit overthrown for Olsen, Stephen Olsen. And just a little bit overthrown.
Well, that's about the 3rd pass where he's had an open receiver that's just barely been long.
Jack Bristol on the coverage of that one. 3rd down and 2, 18 seconds to go for the Blaze. 3 receivers again, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. And Martin will fire to the right. It's tipped, caught by Stephen Olsen. Has a first down out past the 30 to the 31-yard line. And the Blaze will use a timeout and stop the clock.
I think that's a nice ball awareness. Nice defense by Maple Grove, but nice ball awareness by Stephen Olsen, and to not only find the ball after it's been tipped, but to catch it and then have enough presence to get turned upfield and get the first down.
32-yard line is where Burnsville has it now, but just, Bill, 11 seconds to go in the half.
But I like the idea that Burnsville is going with, that we're not just going to be content with going into the locker room. We're going to do everything we can to try to get a score on the board. If we don't, we don't. But we're making an effort here, and I think that sends a message to your players that we're not rolling over for anybody.
From the 32-yard line, Martin standing back at the 27. Another quick throw to the right, gets the completion, then the little shovel back to Martins. Been Maple Grove ready for that. It was a completion to Keenan Wingy, and then coming back behind him was Martins. But the Crimson were ready and make the tackle, Bill, almost immediately. So look at the play again.
Yeah, some people call that the hook and ladder. It's actually a hook and lateral.
Right.
I get a little bit on the semantics of the thing, but there's no hook and ladder. It's not a fire department play. It was a good play. It's a nice thing to try. Maple Grove played it very well.
Now you got 1 play left, Bill, barring a penalty.
Yeah, and I think, if you want to stay with that, you're not going to get a big play downfield because they're going to rush 3 and defend with 8. I think what you try to do is get a pass in under the linebackers and let one of your athletes run with the football. Just trying to make something happen.
Excuse me, 4 receivers to the left this time. They'll go to the right, down the field, overshot, and intercepted back inside the 20-yard line by Burrington as we come to the end of the half.
And the intended receiver that time was Martin, because that was Corey Karlstrom who actually threw the ball.
Oh, excuse me, it was Karlstrom.
And the intended receiver was Martin.
Martin going down the field as the receiver, and Karlstrom throws the pick to end the half. And it is 17-0 Maple Grove. Ryan Iverson has made his way down to the field. We're going to hear from both of the coaches here at halftime, one going into the locker room and one coming out before the second half. Hang on just for a moment before we can get it down to Ryan. But a great first quarter for Maple Grove. They put up 17 points, and that's the score here at halftime. Ryan there. Yeah, let's go down to Ryan now.
Thanks, John. Coach, 17-0, all those points scored really early on. Couldn't ask for a better start for your team.
Yeah, we came out. I thought the defense did a good job getting us a short field on offense, and we took advantage of it. We still got to play a lot better. I think we made a lot of mental mistakes on offense in those last couple drives with like formation problems and things like that we got to improve. But hey, you're happy to be up 3 scores going in at halftime, but they're a great team. They're going to come out ready. Obviously, you can see they got a ton of talent, big kids that are good with the ball in their hands. So 17 points isn't going to win it.
Well, do you any message differently at halftime? Up 3 scores to these kids? Do you guys play like it's 0-0 coming out of the second half?
Well, no, I think we play like we're up 3 scores and we got to bury them. I think we gotta know that we do have them on their heels and that we got to come out and try to get some early success in that third quarter and then get a good lead out of it. If not, if we give them a air to breathe, then it's going to be a game to the fourth quarter.
Last question for you, Coach. You're 2 quarters away from state semifinals. What do you tell these kids at half?
Well, this has kind of been our expectations throughout the year. We just got to play better and play a good 24 minutes, and we want to get through with step 3. Like I said, it'll be fun to be in the Final Four. That's an honor, but we're nowhere near that right now. We got to be better.
Thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Hey, thank you.
There you have it, Coach Lombardi. His Maple Grove Crimson up 17-0 at half. Back up to you where it's nice and warm, JJ.
Thank you, Ryan. It is 17-0 Crimson up on the Blaze. Thanks to Matt Lombardi. We'll hear from Tyler Krebs before the start of the second half. We'll take a break and come back with more coverage of state football playoff action on 12 Sports after this.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
We have Bill Hunstock and Ryan Iverson. I'm John Jacobson, and it is halftime. Maple Grove up on Burnsville 17-0. Highlights from the first half after Burnsville 3 and out. Maple Grove gets the ball inside Burnsville's 40 on the first play from scrimmage. Isaac Collins, 38 yards for a touchdown. Quickly 7-0 Maple Grove after the Tyler Knutson extra point 48 seconds into the game. They got it back after another 3 and out on a short field. Will Ampey with a run of 11 yards there. He's had 2 carries for 19 yards in the first half. Helped set up a Brad Davison 1-yard touchdown sneak. Davison 37 yards rushing on 6 carries and that 1 score. Knutson extra point and a field goal made it 17-0 after a quarter. Best run tonight for Stephen Olson. That one went for 16 yards and what was his first carry of the night. That was in the first quarter. Maple Grove back on offense. Isaac Collins with that run. He's had a good first half. And Bill, we've seen him be the workhorse. Last week, he had 29 carries, had a dozen carries so far tonight here in the first half.
And I think with Hanscom a little bit gimpy still, we're going to see Isaac Collins still be the workhorse. He's going to get the majority of the carry.
Jackson Martin's had some big plays, though, Bill, number 5.
Yes, he did.
Plays of went for 17 and 19 yards respectively, the last two that you saw there. But Burnsville unable to finish that drive, Bill, and that's maybe a big play in this game. They got inside, got into the red zone, got down to the 13-yard line, but couldn't finish that drive off with any points, and they're down 17-0 as you look at the first half stats.
Pretty lopsided on everything as far as stats go. The one turnover was on the last play of the half, so really kind of a meaningless one there. Penalties even pretty much evened out there in the second, but in the first quarter it was all Burnsville.
He had 3 in their first series.
3 in the first series. Yeah. So, you know, the plus for Burnsville is that in the second quarter their defense stiffened up. Their offense moved the ball a little bit. Almost all their yardage came in the second quarter, not in the first. And they're not completely out of the game. They don't have to go crazy with their game plan and, you know, try to draw plays in the dirt or whatever. They need to settle in but there is an urgency now. You've got 24 minutes left, and you've got to make the most of it, and you have to continue to play defense to keep Maple Grove off the board. But not only that, you've got to get the field position so your offense can have the shorter field to play on.
The Crimson lead the Blaze 17-0 at halftime. We'll take a break, come back with the second half of play. You're watching the Class 6A football playoffs on 12 Sports.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
$17-0 Maple Grove up on Burnsville here at halftime as we get ready for the second half. Let's go back to the sideline. Ryan Iverson standing by with Blaze head coach Tyler KREBS.
Thanks, John. Coach, obviously not the start you wanted, but I thought after those first couple possessions, you guys really settled down and started to play better football.
Yeah, we played better. They're a good football team, and you can't afford to make the mistakes we made. And we missed a couple passes that we had guys open. That would have been a big play, and then a couple penalties really hurt us, and a couple bad punts. And that's what happens when you play a good team. So we have to play much better in the second half. We got to find a way to get off the field on defense and score a couple times, get back in it.
Offensively, what do you do different?
Well, they're very good. They're very fast. And we had some opportunities. We had some guys open we missed, and you just have to make those plays.
What'd you tell them at halftime here?
I just told them it's 0-0 right now. We got to score. We got to get back in the game, and then give it a shot. Give it our best shot.
Well, thanks for the time. Best of luck to you guys in the second half. Thanks, Coach. Back up to you, John.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks to Coach KREBS. And they need some big plays on offense, Bill. But Maple Grove's going to get the football first here to start the second half.
Yeah, and Ryan said right there before the half, one of the big plays was that very first play of the game that Burnsville missed the long pass because they had a wide open receiver, was just a little bit long, and after that play, everything went south for about a quarter and a half until they got back. They settled down a little bit. And football is a game of inches. It's a game of opportunities. And Maple Grove made something of their early opportunities. And like Coach KREBS said, Burnsville missed on a couple of opportunities. You have to bounce back from those misses and play your best after that. And that's what Burnsville is faced with right now. Their defense has to get off the field right away.
And Maple Grove, Bill, if they can avoid the turnovers, they're in good shape the rest of the way. Burnsville's going to have to drive the field down 3 times unless you give them a short field.
Yeah, if you give them a short field with a bad play, a penalty, a turnover, which would be very uncomfortable, then you got a challenge. But if you play smart football and don't make a mistake, you're gonna control at least the tempo of the game, and if you can control the field position, you got an opportunity.
The other quarterfinal game in progress tonight. Eden Prairie leading Totino Grace 7-0 at the half. The winner of that one, the winner of this one, advancing on to next week. It'll be Eden Prairie Totino against Osseo Thursday at Minnetonka. The winner of this one against East Ridge next Friday at Eden Prairie High School.
Did I hear you guys right? Eden Prairie's only up 7-0.
That's right.
It's quarterfinal action tonight, you know, outside, and we talked off air, the three of us, before the game. Next week again outside, but next year, semifinal round, the final will be inside at the new U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yes, and that'll be a return to what, playing in the big time stadium again. And that new stadium, for people that have not seen it, I drive by it twice a day, and it's amazing, and it is humongous. You could plop the dome inside of it in a heartbeat and not miss anything.
I'll tell you guys, just from being down there, the rain was coming down and it's windy. I know it doesn't look like it up here, but that wind could very well play a factor in this game.
Well, it certainly did in the kicking game.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Ryan, go ahead.
No, I just was going to say, I thought it said a lot about Burnsville, what they did at the end of that first half. A lot of teams would have just knelt it and gone. They tried to make something happen. They had some good plays. So, if they are going to go down, they're going to go down fighting and playing with their hearts out.
Absolutely, and this game isn't over by a darn sight. I think both coaches said at halftime, they've got to play it like it's a 0-0 game. Burnsville's got a little bit more time pressure on them just because there's only a half left. Yep. But there's certainly enough pressure for Maple Grove to have to continue to play solid football.
Jose Gonzalez will kick off to start the second half for Burnsville. Anthe and Collins back deep inside their 10 for Maple Grove. And we are underway in the second half as a line driver, Lee, will fall on down at the 28-yard line for Maple Grove. They kept the kick along the ground and worked out all right for each team. And Crimson will start inside their 30 on their first drive of the second half.
I think that's a smart kickoff. I don't think you want to give good athletes a chance to carry the ball against you. Anytime you force your opponent to start inside their own 30-yard line, you've got a good opportunity with field position.
And with the wet field, wet ball, that ball could take some bad bounce. You never know. And you start playing desperate. When you're in the last half, you're trailing. This could be the last game. You start doing any little play, trick plays, everything you got to try to get a big play.
Collins on his first carry of the second half is out past the 35-yard line to the 37-yard line, a good gain of 8 yards. He's up over 100 yards rushing tonight, a gain of 8.
And I tell you this too, you guys, I always think that the first couple minutes of each half dictate a game. We saw Maple Grove come out, dominate right off the bat. This drive, and you heard Coach Lombardi say, we got to, end this early. If they go down the field here on a dominating physical drive and they get another touchdown, that just sucks the life out of the Burnsville side.
Absolutely.
And vice versa. You're Burnsville. If you can get a big play, get your offense the ball, then you got life.
Or get a turnover or something like that,
Hanscom to the outside. He's got a first down out past the 45 to the 47-yard line. Hanscom with his third carry tonight. He picks up 8.
It looked like that was going to be stopped for no gain. But Hanscom bounced it out to the outside and found a little bit of running room and got enough to get the ball past the line to gain.
Quickly, Maple Grove on a couple of plays is out to its 46-yard line. 10th first down of the game for Maple Grove. All have come on the ground. Two receivers to the left. That's a rule that comes in motion. The give is to Collins. Got a big hole at the midfield stripe inside the 45. Spins down to the 43-yard line on another first down, a gain of 11. Big burst of speed for Collins up the middle.
Well, watch the move he makes going to his right there. He just leaves the defender grabbing at air.
Well, kind of a different set there. They put the Will Rail in motion, almost like an inside, almost like a pulling guard. Another guy, kind of a block back right there on the right hash.
Absolutely.
Kind of a different formation. So Maple Grove given different looks. and really success. I love the balance that they have on offense.
From the 43, pitch to Collins inside the 40, down to the 38. Knocked down there after a gain of 5. Garrett Olson, one of the captains for this Blaze team, makes the tackle, but Isaac Collins gets 5+ on first down.
Well, and the biggest thing I see, Bill, is the Maple Grove guys are going north and south.
Yep.
In a hurry. Burnsville's offense a lot more east and west, not quite that burst going up the field.
Absolutely, and I think that's really critical. You gotta go towards the goal line, and the acceleration that the Maple Grove running backs have is really good.
Ross, the fullback, and it's Davison keeping. 35, 30-yard line. Davison to the 25, brought down from behind at the 23-yard line. Gain of 14 and another first down. Look at this opening drive of the second half, guys.
And Brad Davison, again, not noted for his running during the regular season, but boy, he's really made a name for him. He's going to be going back to the huddle and saying, Isaac, I'm going to carry the ball. You know, you've done a good job so far this year, but, you know, let the man handle the ball.
And it comes to balance, Bill.
There you go.
You give Isaac Collins, he's having all that success. That defense focuses on him. That's just going to keep opening the door for Brad Davison.
They'll give to Collins, 20-yard line, down to the 19-yard line. Martin on the tackle. What a gain of 4. Look at the play so far from scrimmage for Maple Grove in this drive. 9 yards, 8 yards, 11, 6, 14, and 4.
That's what you call it. We always used to say that first drive after halftime, this is our championship drive. If you want to be a championship, let's go out and win it right here. Let's suck the life out of this Burnsville team. Don't let them hang around. They don't belong on the field with us. That's your mindset. And so far with the Crips are doing just that.
Second down and 6. Give us to Ampey. 15-yard line, run out of bounds at the 13, maybe the 12. Looks like he's got a first down. Let's see where the sticks across the field, but yes, it is a first down. Ampey on his 3rd carry tonight.
When they run that pre-snap motion, too, their running backs are getting outside very easily. That time, Maple Grove ran it to the short side of the field, which you normally don't see.
Nope.
Actually, that helped Burnsville, or that might have been a much bigger gain. But just great rhythm.
Yeah,
too.
this is what you said. This is a statement drive right here.
Yep.
We're not going to throw the ball. We're going to run the ball down your throat, and you're going to have to stop us. You're going to have to stop us 4 plays in a row to keep us from scoring or getting a first down.
Sweep left on the pitch to Collins. Cuts it back up inside the 10. Still on his feet. Ball is loose, and the Burnsville Blaze have it, and they have it out past the 20 and out to the 23. Olson, it's 27 on 28. That's Gamunden on the fumble strip and recovery. And a huge play for the Blaze defense as Jared Gamunden comes up with the big stop, and Burnsville's got the football.
Well, they've been doing that all Burnsville, trying to get extra yards, and they've been ripping at the ball. And Isaac Collins normally very sure-handed. And again, that comes down, sometimes it's cold, it's wet, you never know. But how about that Burnsville defense persistence paying off?
And, you know, you talk about the emotional switch, the statement drive, this is our championship drive. Hey, you got to finish it off, and now you've given that emotion back to Burnsville and see what Burnsville can do with it.
First down run up the middle. Tough run, breaking tackles. Jordan Leak, the senior running back, with his carry out 5 yards, maybe 6, close to 7 yards. That's a good opening rush on this drive for Burnsville.
Well, watch how many times he breaks tackles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He only had a 5-yard run, but he got hit 12 times. That's a very physical run, and that's really what Burnsville needs to do. They need to establish some physicality here.
His first carry tonight. And second down and short for the Blaze. Martin, play action. Going left side, trying to hit it out there to Wingy, and incomplete. Coverage by Burrington, and it'll be third down.
Burrington does a nice job. That was a play that could have been wide open. Burrington playing very disciplined. Stays right with Wingy all the way. And actually It was well played by both guys. Neither one of them had a chance to catch the ball. So
it was, but that's a play you got to make as a receiver when your team needs a big play. I love the play call.
Yes, I do
and
too.
The play before, that was the first time all night Burnsville ran trap. And I think they have to have a little bit balance as far as power running, finesse running.
Yep.
We've seen Maple Grove have that great balance. If they can do that enough, just soften this Maple Grove team up just a little bit and keep taking shots like that. I love the play call. They just gotta execute on one of them.
On third down, Martin, quick throw right side, gets the completion for a first down.
And that's a pass we saw Brad Davison make in the first half.
Exactly.
A nice quick three-step drop, an easy throw, easy catch, big first down. And now you start to establish a rhythm. Now you see if your quarterback, your star quarterback, can make some big-time winning plays for you.
I'm a little bit surprised that ball was blown
whistle,
dead.
Yep.
Because Martins has broken some tackles tonight. That was a nice first down. Burnsville needed to do that, but they need to finish now. They need to get down the entire length of the field here.
Fresh set of downs from the 35 for the Blaze. Inside handoff, and it's a gain of a yard. Falling forward and leaked to the 36-yard line. Well covered again. Awashika in on the stop.
Awashika he's a tough guy on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 9 from the 36. Under center is Martin, and jumping offside. And this will cost Blaze 5 yards, their 5th penalty of the game, of the half, I should say, 5th of the game, 1st of the half. So it'll be second out and 14, back to the 31-yard line.
Those are big plays. Those are attention to detail that you just can't do. And when you get to the state tournament, you're playing, not only are you down 17, but you're playing good opponents. You can't beat yourself.
And Martins is hit and brought down. Boy, Jack Bristol had him, couldn't quite bring him down himself, but Bristol making contact and not allowing very much on that play at all on the run by Martins, a gain of maybe 2.
And what I really like about what Jack Bristol did there, he's not trying to go for the big hit. He's getting a good wrap up. Look, it's a perfect tackle, against a big, strong running back. And I like that. I much prefer a good form tackle like that compared to somebody trying to run into a guy and blast him and see if he can knock him down. Most of the time, those guys bounce off.
Martin on third down, incomplete. Broke it up by Peter Doyle on the pass over the middle intended for Max Cantrell. And it's 4th down.
That was another ball that looked like it was pretty well thrown. I just thought that was really well defended. You can see maybe just a tad behind him, but those are catches that as a receiver, as a senior, you got to step up and was it a perfect throw? No, but you got to make a big play. You got to make the
catch, and Doyle does a good job, and he did a good job of not getting called for a pass interference or a hold. When I saw it in live action, I thought, ooh, that's pretty close to a hold, but it really wasn't.
Shepley had 4 punts in the first half. Will boot it away here. A high kick, again pretty short. It'll bounce at the 40, but it'll take a Blaze bounce back inside the 30 and roll down all the way down to the 29-yard line.
Well, both defenses have held here on the first drives.
I didn't really. Burnsville didn't really hold. They were fortunate to get a turnover on that. That drive right there. You get a big turnover like that. I think Burnsville's offense has to capitalize there.
I agree with you there. That to really get back in the game. Now, if they can get a 3-and-out here and force a field position change, that's going to really help them. But they really can't play. They can't really play the field position game the entire rest of the game.
For much longer. Eventually, it's going to come down to points.
Yep.
Getting points.
Hanscom on first down gets 5 yards. Martinson comes up limping a little bit. Senior tight end trying to walk it off. It'll be Gain of 5.
You know, and I think too, if you're Coach Lombardi and you're Maple Grove, you're in no hurry to get plays off. You want to take your time, get the right play in, and not afraid to snap the ball with 2 or 3 seconds on that play clock. And 4 minutes and 50 seconds left with the defense that you have going right now. The time is on your side.
Yeah, pretty soon the number of possessions that your opponent can have are going to dwindle down.
Rule going in motion, a lot of movement on that line, and it's going to go against Maple Grove.
Boy, sometimes, and from your playing days too, Ryan, when you hold your offensive lineman on the line in their set position for a long snap count, it's really hard. As an offensive line coach, I always wanted the guys. I want to have an almost rhythmic count. I want my guys to be able to get off on the ball or just ahead of the snap of the ball if they can. And holding them for a long snap count, somebody's going to end up wiggling sooner or later.
With all that pre-snap adjusting and motion, that's a hard ask for those front 5.
Yep.
2nd down and 10. Pitch goes to Collins, left side. Isaac, 35-yard line to the 40, and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Boy, he gets out in a hurry, doesn't he?
He gets in gear right now.
Other than maybe J.D. Spielman at Eden Prairie, he might be the quickest north and south runner in the state. I mean, you see that nice big hole.
And makes a nice S-cut there, too.
But he does. And as a lineman, you appreciate it. You open a hole and your running back hits it hard. You appreciate that.
Absolutely. That's a given,
Sometimes there's a benefit to having patience and developing a play, but I always like guys that see the hole and they hit it and they go north and south in a hurry. And Isaac Collins certainly does that.
18 carries, 142 yards for Collins. 1st down and 10. Maple Grove just shy of their own 40. Handoff on 1st down, and it's Hanscom with a good hard run out past the 45. Got back on it, though, and he gained 6 yards.
And I think if you're Burnsville, you're telling your guys, get that ball out. We need another big play.
Right.
Ball slippery, the field slippery. We got to get that ball. We need a big play. And the way our offense is going, maybe we need to score as a defense. So you're trying to get that ball. You can see that ball definitely comes out right at the end. He might have been down anyways, but
he lost control of it before he went down.
2nd down and 4 from the 46-yard line, and the give is to Collins, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped.
That was a big-time hit.
Somebody made,
No, I think that was Ben Olson, number 60, who's playing next year at Northern Illinois, is committed to play football there. Watch him square up. You talk about a form tackle, Bill. Oh, he wasn't in on it.
Garrett Olson.
Garrett Olson.
16,
And that was a big-time hit. And you don't see Isaac Collins fall backwards too often.
No.
And that time, that was just a nice squared-up tackle and good power.
3rd and 3 for Maple Grove, trying to keep this drive going and run more clock late in the 3rd quarter here. And the handoff, and Collins has the 1st down. He's into Blaze territory and down to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 8.
I'll tell you what, Bill, I don't know if I've seen that formation a whole lot, but Will Rail, the tight end, he's coming in motion as an extra blocker right in that B gap. So you're really doubling down the number of blockers you have, and just a nice gap for Isaac Collins. 4th and 3 or 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Well, when you're not getting touched until 5 yards down the field, that's a pretty good gig.
Tough. And that play with Rule coming across and making the block, it's like a, that's a guy that the lineman who's being blocked, you can't see him,
It's Ampey in motion. He gets the handoff. Ampey, 45-yard line to the 35. He's close to a 1st down. If not 10 yards, it's about 9.5.
Boy, and those big 1st down plays just kill you defensively.
Well, they're double teaming that defensive end. The adjustment you make if you're Burnsville is you got to get that defensive end up the field and make that running back cut the ball back in where you have your pursuit coming in.
Yeah, he's got to get upfield a lot quicker. I agree with you there.
They're getting a nice double team on him, and just there's no contact until 5, 6, 7 yards down the field.
Ampey 4 carries for 36 yards and a 1 pass reception for 6. Maple Grove's only thrown the ball, guys, only 5 times tonight. Collins inside the 30-yard line down to the 27, a pickup of 8.
When you just get a feeling, too, Maple Grove just wearing this defense
They're wearing it down. Yep.
Of the Blaze. And even though the Blaze are big, you can see the offensive linemen for Maple Grove, I always look for who's winning that battle, that line of scrimmage battle. You're seeing a lot of white jerseys down the field. Burnsville not getting much of a push. And sometimes that's how you slow a running team down. You get some push up the backfield, you slow the play down, and that's when your help comes in and can clean up.
Absolutely. And they're just not getting any penetration on the line of scrimmage.
And it's Davison keeping. Davison a big hole toward the end zone. He's in for a touchdown. 27 yards. Brad Davis with the second touchdown run of the night. And the Crimson lead at 23-0. Their first points since the first quarter.
Well, and a great ball fake, Bill.
Yep.
But that's Isaac Collins, you know, having so much success. The defense goes with that. And Brad Davison really had an excellent game tonight, not throwing the football, but running the ball extremely well.
It's his second 2-touchdown game in a row here. And, you know, his ability to move the ball like that is really putting a lot of stress on that Blaze defense.
Now they're going to go for 2 here. Try and make it a 4-score game. The throw, and it's a completion for 2 points.
Really could have been complete to either receiver right there.
They get it to Will Rule for the 2-point conversion, and it's 25-0. Look at the touchdown run again.
Just a read option there with the quarterback keeper. Excellent ball fake. And, you know, Bill, I don't think he was touched, you know, that whole way.
Well, you can see, and as he fakes it here and gets the ball off, you see both Rule and Ampey had a chance to catch the ball. Rule said, nah, I'll get it this time.
I've been doing all the blocking for you guys. Let me get some credit here.
There you go.
So not that first drive we thought was the championship drive. Maybe that one was the championship drive.
You know, the only pass is the only pass in the entire second half is the 2-point conversion.
Yeah. Right. So now a 4-possession game with under a minute to go in the third quarter.
You know, this is always a tricky part too as an offense. Do you stick to your identity and try to get it back, or you start trying to call big plays, trick plays? Because then you create a turnover, you can get down a lot in a hurry. So I think if you're Burnsville, you still got a full quarter. I think you stick to your identity, try to get some big positive plays, and you know, eventually you're going to have some luck bounce your way here.
So the kickoff by Knutson, high kick, that'll be grabbed at the 35-yard line. Boy, Maple Grove was down there in a hurry to cover it, to try to knock that ball loose. Didn't happen, but they were right on the ball. So the Blaze will take it over, first down at their 35-yard line. You see the time left, 54 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Well, and I really like that kind of a kickoff. You know, you force with that wedge shot like that. That ball's up in the air, and you got guys who are catching it. Their eyes are up, and
you don't know what's coming.
He doesn't know what's coming down the field. And those guys are quick.
To catch, you know.
Yes, it is.
You know that contact's coming.
Kamal Martin, quick throw to Martins up past the 40, eludes a tackler, and has a first down. Out to the 48-yard line, a gain of 13 for the Blaze to start this drive.
That was a really nicely executed type of a bubble screen there. Martin getting the ball off quickly. Martins getting a really nice grab and making something happen.
Martin will try to run the football. He is going to be dropped for a big loss. Isaac Collins among those in on the stop. There are 5 white shirts around the football by the end of that play.
And just a slow developing play. And here's the thing I look at. You got 1 yellow jersey, 1, 2, 6 or 7 white jerseys. So you talk about team pursuit, you know, and just the way that this Maple Grove defense, and really Coach Lombardi's defense is even back when he was at Wayzata, the way they pursue the football, you got to hit them with quick strikes. I think that's a way that you can beat this Maple Grove team. And You know what would be a good game is the Maple Grove offense against the Maple Grove defense.
Yeah.
That's one I would love to see.
I'll bet their practices some days are a lot of fun.
As the end of the third quarter, our score, Maple Grove 25, Burnsville nothing. We're back with the fourth quarter of play from Hopkins High School after this timeout.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny.
That's not a flower.
We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock.
And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog.
Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
John Jacobson, Ryan Iverson, Bill Hunstock, and we are back. Start the fourth quarter. Burnsville Blaze with the football, trailing 25-0, and not a lot going on that second down and 13 run.
No, Michael Schiller wasn't going to give up easy, but he did get the loss back plus a yard, so we got third and 9. But Burnsville's not going to make a living on 3rd and 9 tonight.
Well, I think you got to think, too, on this side of the field, you're probably in 4-down territory at this point. So you don't necessarily have to get it all back, but you want to get a nice chunk here, so maybe you have a 4th and manageable. And if you're Maple Grove, you're telling your guys, stay home, nothing trick, nothing behind you.
Martin will go throwing deep and gets the completion down inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9. Tucker Shepley on the reception and a gain of 42 yards.
And that's a nice grab by the 6'5", 205-pound senior receiver who uses all of his height to corral that one.
What a beautiful throw, too. He put that one, only where Martin threw that right where only his guy could get it. And, you know, and I go back to that first play of the game, similar to that. You know, this whole game, the way the outcome, the attitude of this game could have been completely different. I like Burnsville taking shots.
First and goal now from the 9. It's Stephen Olson into the end zone, and Burnsville is on the board. 9-yard touchdown run, and it's 25-6.
I was just doing the math in my head. It doesn't make sense to go for 2 at this point. You need 4 scores no matter what. But,
yeah, that 2-point conversion pushed you out of it.
Yep. But you love the answer, the response is Steph Olson there. Nice move, and a quick answer by Burnsville. Now your defense got to step up and get the ball back, and the offense has a little bit of confidence now. And you know that's all you ask your team to finish strong, play hard, and you know we've seen a lot of crazy things happen.
You still got to play. You really got to push the defense because you've got to get three more possessions, and that's going to be a push. The way Maple Grove moves the ball.
Well, just an excellent lead block right there,
Great kick out.
And Olsen almost lost the football there. You see that ball? Watch right before he crosses, right there. He
almost went around his back with it. That would have been a disaster to fumble the ball on the 2-yard line going in like that.
Well, I always say too, one more look at that ball almost come out. But football, more than I think any other sport, it's such a game of momentum.
Yep.
And Burnsville just got that momentum back. So now, you know, special teams, you try an onside kick here, or do you just bury them and say, defense, we got to get a stop? You know, there's so many different things, but they got the momentum, and that's all you ask for. Give us a chance now. We know we can score. We've just done it. Let's do it again.
And see, in this position, I think, you know, kicking the ball deep is going to be hard because you got a stiff wind. Kicking an onside kick isn't going to be real effective because you got 10 guys up in there. But if you kick the ball to about the 35-yard line, out about the numbers, you got a real chance of maybe somebody get a silly bounce or something like that. That pointy-ended ball doesn't bounce true very often. But I think, you know, that wedge shot type of a kickoff, you can really get somebody flat-footed with that.
Ampey is the only one deep. He's standing back at his 17-yard line. We'll see how Gonzalez and the Blaze play this.
Yep.
And he will pooch it to about the 30-yard line. Fair caught by Collins. And Maple Grove will take it at the 29-yard line.
That's the kind of play that won't show up in the stat sheet. You know, Isaac Collins, everyone's going to talk about all the yards and his tackles. That was a great play. He ran back, fair caught it, so he took any contact out of it. You know, that ball's kicked maybe another 5 yards. That's a heck of a kick, but just a smart play by the do-it-all senior for Maple Grove.
Yeah, that was a very, very heads-up play. A lot of guys wouldn't think to throw the fair catch signal, particularly with their backs to the kicking team.
Well, that's one thing too. Yeah, Coach Lombardi, he puts his best players in positions to make plays, and you love to see that.
First down and 10, Maple Grove from the 29. Hanscom is the back, and he'll get the call here on first down out past the 30-yard line to the 32. Gain of 3, and you know the one thing for Maple Grove, obviously, other than the scoreboard working in their favor, is their clock. They can run that clock down, get a few first downs, even if they don't end the possession with a touchdown. More time they can take off the betters. We're inside of 10.5 minutes to go.
And I think with the way Maple Grove has handled the ball this half, I think if I'm Burnsville defense, I'm going 8 guys up. I'm penetrating every gap as hard as I can. Both A seams, both B seams, and coming hard off the edge and letting one linebacker flow and hope you can play some man-to-man defense and force Brad Davison into throwing the ball.
Ross comes in motion, second down and 7. Pitch goes back. It's Collins, 35-yard line, the 40, up the middle of the 45-yard line. And a Maple Grove first down. Gain of 13 yards for Collins on his 22nd carry of the night.
There sure doesn't look to be a lot of room there. I mean, he just wiggles through. You know, and that's one of those where with a smaller running back, just get your hands on him, hold him up. You can see there's a missed tackle right there, and I mean that's great job by the offensive line of the Crimson, and I absolutely love Isaac Collins, the way he hits that hole and turns it upfield.
KAMAL Martin on the tackle for Burnsville. But a first down for Maple Grove at their 45 with under 9.5 minutes to go. Davison now from the shotgun, standing back at his 40. And it's Davison keeping across midfield down to the Burnsville 48. And a gain of 7.
I think I really believe you've got to commit 8 guys to the line of scrimmage and cover with 3 and go completely full out against the run, because if you let them get 4 or 5 yards at a crack run on the ball, they're going to run the ball right down the field and chew up so much clock. You're not going to get enough possessions to come back and score. You still need the ball 3 more times.
You almost got to take a chance that you may give up a big play, but you may get a big play out of it.
Yeah, you got to start making plays in the offensive backfield, and you can't do that with 6 guys in the box.
Give is to Collins. He's to the 45-yard line, right at the first down stick. And see where they mark the football. And he's got a first down. Unofficially tonight, 330 yards rushing for Maple Grove.
Well, that's a testament not only to their backs, but also to their offensive line. We came into this game thinking Burnsville may have the physicality, the size to take advantage both offensively and defensively, but that hasn't been the case. This Maple Grove offensive line has just dominated the line of scrimmage.
They've really done a nice job. I have to hand it to them. And we've seen them have good games before, but this is certainly one of their best.
Davison will keep it, and he's inside the 40. Another good run by the junior quarterback, and a gain of 6 yards down to the 39. Davison tonight with 91 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns.
Well, and he only had 181 rushing yards during the regular season.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, we've
34
talked
in the
about
playoffs,
Yeah.
Really not a great runner, but I think the key to this has just been the balance in which Maple Grove has run the football. Their power game, their speed to the outside, their great ball skills. Davison has really good ball skills as well.
Second down and 4 from the 39, using every second of that play clock that they can. Collins hit in the backfield, bounces off of Steven Olson, and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Almost hit for a loss of 3 or 4, and gets back and makes no yards, but that seems like a positive play after he was hit immediately by Olsen.
Yeah, and that time they did get some penetration, but you got to wrap them up. There was a lot. That would have been a nice 4 or 5 yard gain. And Davison, I know he's elusive. You know,
Collins.
Yeah, Collins, excuse me. He's elusive, but you know, he able to turn a 5 yard loss into a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Third down here from the 39-yard line. 6.5 minutes to play. That's Ampey in motion. He'll get the carry. He's had good success running the football tonight. Lowers his shoulders, goes down at the 38. He'll get about 1.5 yards, and it'll bring up 4th down for Maple Grove.
Well, Ampey does a good job. Pretty good positioning by Martins to stay on the outside shoulder of the running back and force him back inside to where he had a little bit of a pursuit to catch him. 4th and 3, which is that's problematic. It's not a given. But Burnsville really needs to step here. The last 2 plays, they've had a little bit more penetration than they had earlier. But, you know, we're down to inside of 6 minutes. To get 3 more possessions is going to be a bear for Burnsville.
Well, and this is a play, too. They're going to call a timeout, Maple Grove. But I was just thinking this is where they could maybe go for a hard count, try to get Burnsville to jump off sides. So if I'm Burnsville, I'm telling our guys we do not jump off sides. Watch the football, be disciplined. This is a big play. This is a big stop here for Burnsville.
Line of scrimmage, the 38-yard line of the Blaze. And you look at the Blaze in their offensive first 2 games and what they've been able to do and unable to do from their point of view tonight on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. Maple Grove has really been fortunate on the one hand that everything they've tried has worked well at least the first time, which goes to that, well, then they prepared well. They weren't just lucky, they were well prepared, and they're moving the ball. But what did you say, John, a few minutes ago, that they're over 330 yards total offense? That's an, you know, just an incredible amount of time to take that to get that yardage.
When you strip all the gimmicks away, it comes down to blocking and tackling. And Maple Grove's done a better job blocking and tackling tonight, and really that's as basic as it gets, but that's why they're winning this game.
Here's the 4th and 3 play. Davison on the option pitch. Hanskin's got a lot of room. First down and more down to the 31-yard line. And a big first down play and a gain of 7 on that 4th down run, and the chains move and the clock keeps running for the Crimson.
And here's where Brad Davidson's running ability tonight opened that play up, because somebody had to stay and mark him, and bang, he pops the ball out. Hanscom gets the gain.
Hanscom 7 carries, 40 yards tonight, 1st and 10. From the 31-yard line with 5:20 to go.
That could have been the biggest play of the game tonight. Burnsville gets that stop, you know, with 5.5 minutes. The way their offense was going, you know, anything can happen. Now Maple Grove really, really in the driver's seat.
Pitch to Collins, 30-yard line. Collins to the 25. He's going to go to the end zone for a touchdown. 31 yards, and Collins with his 2nd TD tonight. He's over 200 yards rushing. And Maple Grove is headed to the state semifinals.
Well, did that look like the very first play of the game for them? Yeah. Exact same play, same toss, same cut, same result.
Well, I love, and you can see number 33, the fullback right there, Sam Ross. He's out leading. I mean, he's just untouched. And a lot of that size of Collins credit how fast he is. But I running the ball outside the way Crimson have tonight has been really impressive. And they're just doing a great job of sealing the edge there and getting guys out in front, leading the blocks. Just a really well-executed play.
I can't say, that's nothing more to say.
Extra point by Knutson. And it's 32-7. Maple Grove. Another look at the run, gentlemen.
Well, you can just see he sets his blocks up so well. He lets his guys block, and then like you said a few minutes ago, he hits the hole and then he goes. And he's not waiting around for anything. He sees the light and he goes, and then he makes that beautiful S cut that, you know, you try to teach that to your running backs, but a lot of that is just natural running ability.
The question is, what I'd love to see on the replay of this game is the safety and the other corners. Where are they as far as that pursuit? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
The outside guys are getting blocked pretty cleanly, but there's really been no one there to catch Isaac Collins. And Burnsville, who's a very good defensive football team, just not having luck getting to that second level making tackles.
Right, and we saw that graphic a moment ago that in the first 2 tournament games they gave up 14 points total, 32 points tonight.
Looks like it'll be Eastridge and Maple Grove next Friday night at Eden Prairie High School, 7 o'clock kickoff. Osseo already into the other semifinal Thursday, but still up in the air on who they'll play.
No, actually, they will play the Eagles. That we know for sure. I guess Totino just tied it up, so it's 13-13 between Totino Grace and Eden Prairie.
Rematch of last year's 6A championship game, another touchback. And he talked about it right at the top, but if this can continue for Maple Grove as the road continues, in getting a good kicking game in high school football, and you get Tyler Knutson being able to get all these touchbacks tonight when they had the win with them, make the field goal tonight, hit all his extra points. That could make a difference. We saw it last night with Eastridge winning on the last-second field goal against Wayzata.
And you think down the road, especially if they get a rematch with Eden Prairie, you got J.D. Spielman, who is a kickoff returner who can score literally every time he touches the ball. So having that ability to not have to kick it short, not sacrificing field position, being able to get these touchbacks, I think it's a huge weapon at this level.
I agree. Kamal Martin, a first down pass to Martins out to the 30-yard line and gets a first down for Burnsville. 10 yards on the reception. Martin with 7 out of 17 passing tonight.
13.
First down and 10. They'll reset the chain, start the clock again with 4:45 to play. Martin to throw out to his left. And a completion now to the 37-yard line on the throw and catch. Keenan Wingy on the grab.
When you watch this team at the end, don't you wonder why they didn't do these quick throws to get this rhythm established early?
Yeah.
On 2nd down and 4 over the middle. It's broken up. Almost intercepted by Joe Wallach, the senior cornerback.
We have a flag and it's in the offensive backfield. Usually an indication of holding, which it in fact is.
See what Maple Grove will decide to do here, if they want to back up Burnsville or take the play and make it 3rd down. They're going to take the penalty.
Just hasn't had a lot of success tonight with those long, slower developing plays. I think their best plays have been quick hitters, quick throws, and even when they ran that Wildcat formation there for that one series, you really moved the ball well. Their basic offense tonight just has not been very productive and effective against this.
And they needed to adjust sooner. And they hadn't been able to, and their defense hasn't been able to get off the field very much.
2nd out and long, back at the 25-yard line. Quick throw to the left. It'll be a short gain out to the 26-yard line. Not much at all there on that play on the throw to Martins. We'll mark him down at the 28. It'll be a gain of 3 on the completion. 5th catch tonight for Martins. They get back up to the line of scrimmage with now under 4 minutes to go. A 3rd down and still 15 to go for Burnsville. Martin in some trouble, gets away. Now flips it out to his right side to to Schiller, who makes the catch out past the 40 to the 43-yard line. And that's a 1st down for Burnsville. So a good catch and run and a pickup of 15.
Nice athletic move right here by Martin to avoid the sack and then to find Schiller in the flat when it looked like he was going to tuck it and run. Pretty good awareness.
Martin has time on 1st down. Throw and incomplete. Schiller really popped there by Ryan Shea, and it's incomplete. Second down.
And really almost better off having that incomplete. That was only a 3-yard gain. You would have taken another 15, 20 seconds off the clock. I think at this point, Burnsville, you got to take some shots down the field.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Ryan, that they've got to get the ball moving upfield. You know, they can throw it out wide, but they've got to do it in such a way that the receiver has a chance to catch it and then move. Yes.
From the 42-yard line on second down and 10, Kamal Martin throw and a completion out to the 47-yard line. Wingy makes the stop, or makes the catch rather. Gain of 5. Be third down and 5. Back up to the line of scrimmage. Martin from the shotgun. On third down, has some time, throws to his left. Martins has the completion and a first down. Queta on the tackle, but it's a gain of 8 yards and a first down to the Maple Grove 46.
You know, and I think too, Kamal Martin, when he does these quick throws, he's really good. His timing is good. He's got a strong arm. He's accurate. I think if they had a chance to go back and replay this game, maybe doing some more quick throws earlier in the game would have been the way to go.
Going deep, almost intercepted by Burrington down at the 20-yard line, breaking it up. Burrington's been active down on the defensive side of the ball tonight.
Certainly.
And Burnsville player down on the field, out at midfield.
Jesse Orrick, offensive lineman, center, 6'2", 240-pound offensive center.
The first injury timeout of the night.
And the trainer for Burnsville, Doug Nelson, who was my athletic trainer at Augsburg College 29 years ago.
Wow.
When you were the coach?
When I was the coach
of the Augies, yeah.
He was our athletic trainer all 5 years I was at Augsburg. He is a very, very good athletic trainer.
We always hate too in high school to see these linemen if they're pointing at their knees.
Yeah.
You know, and he's one of those big hosses for this Burnsville offensive line, 240 pounds. You know, and really these linemen, I love giving them credit because they don't get a lot of it during the year, but there's a reason when you average 230 yards rushing per game, he's probably a big, big reason why.
Absolutely, and probably that the mechanism of injury on that was he got rolled up on from behind, because that's usually what happens for an offensive lineman to get that lower leg injury.
Well, nowadays too, you see all the colleges being proactive. All the linemen wear double knee braces just to keep those ligaments intact for plays just like that.
Absolutely. But he walked off the field under his own power, which is a huge plus.
Second down and 10, ball just shy of the Maple Grove 45 on this play in the under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Martin will drop it off for Stephen Olson's got some space that side. 35-yard line to the 30, breaks a tackle, still on his feet and all the way down to the 20-yard line before he's brought down. And a pickup of 26 yards for Stephen Olson.
Well, he looked like a bowling ball, and the white team looked like the pins there. There's a lot of space, and Stephen Olson's really impressive.
And he makes a couple, and that boy makes two guys miss there, breaks a tackle. And finally, Ryan Shea's able to come back and make the play.
And he's only a junior, so he'll be back next year.
First down and 10. They'll throw it to Olson again, left side. He's inside the 15-yard line, down to the 14. Gain of 6.
Another versatile guy for Burnsville. Burnsville's got a lot of guys that move around a lot. He played in the tailback in the Wildcat, and he's been a receiver and been a running back, so doing a lot of different things here.
Martin throwing on the end zone to Martins for a touchdown. Corner of the end zone. And a nice catch by Jackson Martins on the touchdown throw from Kamal Martin, 15 yards and a Burnsville touchdown.
Well, I don't know what was more impressive, that catch or that throw on the run.
My gosh.
By Kamal Martin, and just a great catch. That's a hard catch. You're running full speed going out of bounds like that. Get your feet down, but Jackson Martins had a big game.
And to get that ball into such a small opening for your guy to be able to catch it, I thought that was very impressive by both players.
So Gonzalez to try to make it 32-14. But you can see not a lot of time left here in the ball game. Out of the hold of Corey Kallstrom. A little bit of high snap. Kick is up, and Gonzalez still able to boot it through.
Nice job by Kallstrom to get that ball down. But here's a look at that touchdown play. I mean, look at Martin rolling to his right, just puts it on a rope. And you talked about, Bill, having a small window. I mean, there was no place to miss on that one, and an excellent throw, and maybe even a better catch by Martins.
He had to get the ball over one defender and in front of, far enough in front of the other one, but not so far out that Martin couldn't get Martins couldn't get his feet down.
That's one of those you may only make that throw 1 out of 10 times, but he made it when it counted. And you know, again, quick throw, quick rhythm throws. I love KAMAL Martin getting him out in space like that, and he's got the strong arm. I really think that if they had a chance to redo this offensive plan, maybe would have been throwing quicker rhythm passes earlier in the game.
Yeah, maybe pick up the tempo a little bit. You know, you get down by a touchdown or two, I think then your offense needs to change the tempo. They need to do something to do it. But I hate to second guess coaches, but by the same token, you see what's developing, and then you got to take advantage of it.
In hindsight's always 20/20. When we're sitting up here in the booth, you know, watching it, but
I never lost a game sitting in this chair. Where I was on the sideline, it was problematic.
Now the onside kick didn't quite go 10 yards, but Maple Grove able to cover it before the 10. And Coyote Awashika, our key player of the game, he's on the hands team. How about that? He's able to recover it at the 49.
You want to have that big offensive defensive tackle there being the primary guy catching the onside kick.
Well, he's showing off his basketball ability.
There you go.
He's got good hand-eye and good footwork, so that's a testament. It's not easy when you're a big fella too, and just it shows you how much trust Coach Lombardi and that staff has in him.
First down and 10 from the 49 of Burnsville. The handoff to Hanscom, who bounces it outside after being stopped inside and gets 3 yards to the 46.
A nice tackle on that play by Stephen Olson.
There's a flag. Second down and 6. There's 7 yards to go, Bill, right?
Yep.
3-yard gain?
Yep, 3-yard gain. So I think at this point now you're getting down close to a minute. I think you take all the time you can, make Burnsville use whatever timeouts they have left. You can just take a knee on this one.
And a run up inside to the 42-yard line. It's Hanscom again. We didn't know how effective he'd be, Bill. You can still see he's still favoring that leg a little bit, but he's been effective in his limited carries tonight. Perhaps would have gotten more. He's been at 100%, but been positive yardage on the opportunities that he has had tonight. Carried the ball 9 times tonight for 48 yards.
Big confidence builder for that young man to be able to play at that level with a gimpy leg and not get it dinged again and have a very positive effect on his team.
And now we'll go into the victory formation. Davison takes a knee, and Maple Grove 17 first quarter points. Bill Hunstop makes a big difference.
Makes a big difference.
And they go on to win 32-14. 9th win of the season, and on to the state semifinals next week against Eastridge.
Very well played game, both sides of the ball by Maple Grove, taking the wind out of Burnsville sails early on and making the most of a good situation for the way they played. Now they're going to have their hands full with Eastridge next week, but tonight it doesn't matter.
There's a look at the matchups for next week. Eastridge and Maple Grove next Friday at Eden Prairie. Osseo against either. Eden Prairie, Totino Grace, that one tied at the 4th quarter as we talk here on Friday night to face the Orioles next Thursday at Minnetonka. We'll take a break, come back. Our post game is next. You've been watching high school football, the Class 6A quarterfinals from Hopkins High School, and we're back in a moment.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy? Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
32-14, Maple Grove wins and advances. We go down to the field now. Ryan Iverson with Isaac Collins.
Isaac Collins, we got sick of saying your name all night long. Over 25 carries, over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. I got to tell you, I've seen everyone play in the state. I've never seen anyone north and south as fast as you are. What did you think of your performance tonight?
I mean, I got to give all the credit to the offensive line. We had a great week of practice. Offensive line was executing really well. Whole offense was executing, and they were giving me some big holes, and I just took advantage.
So it had nothing to do with your skill. It was all blocking.
I mean, it goes both ways, but a big part it's the offensive line.
Do you give offensive line, do you buy them donuts or anything for tomorrow morning's meeting after a game like that?
No, but we always get McDonald's tomorrow morning, so. But I should probably start giving them gifts after their performance today.
Well, how about, I mean, defensively, Burnsville came in, very good defense, very good against the run. You guys had your way, whether it was inside, outside. Brad Davison got involved as well. What do you think the key was to that balance tonight?
I mean, it's just a good week of practice. I mean, we were executing all cylinders, and when you got Brad rushing for, I don't know how many he rushed for, but he ran really well. So when you got people like that, Will Ampey, our receivers, all offense was just working today.
Well, I know you just got finished with this game, but you're in the semifinals. You're going to play Eastridge next week. What does this team need to do to finish the next 2 games, going 2-0? And what would a state championship mean to you and the rest of the seniors?
We just got to focus on Eastridge. We're taking this one step at a time, but we're on a mission this year. And that loss last year to Eden Prairie was tough, and we're ready.
I played at Eden Prairie. You're not going to hold that against me, are you?
No, not at all.
Well, Isaac, congratulations. A lot of fun to watch. You guys go get some rest, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, there you go, Isaac Collins. A great game tonight. Back to you, John.
All right, thanks very much, Ryan. And he gives the line credit, but boy, he sure hits those holes quick, Bill. I mean, the holes have to be there, but he gets through them in a hurry.
Yeah, and he's the quintessential running back. He's got good acceleration, good overall speed, and very, very good vision and balance.
And the defense tonight give up a couple fourth quarter touchdowns, but overall, they didn't allow Burnsville to get much going, ground game or through the air.
No, there was no rhythm. There was no real ability for Burnsville to get on track tonight.
Well, that'll do it for our television tonight. Well, we're going to go back to Ryan Iverson for a moment. Ryan, final thoughts from you before we wrap things up here.
Just was going to say, I've seen the focus of state championship teams. I love Isaac Collins, the humility, and the old, it's the Belichick way. We're taking it one game at a time, but that's what champions do. They take these games one step at a time, and we talk all broadcast about their balance, both offensively, but I thought their defense played at a really high level. They shut down a very, very talented offensive team. It was a fun game tonight.
No doubt, great season for Burnsville despite the loss tonight. They finished the year 9-2 in their first state tournament appearance since 1995, and Maple Grove for the second straight season on to the semifinals. Eastridge next Friday night at Eden Prairie High School. Channel 12 will be there. Hope you will be there as well. That'll do it for our coverage tonight. Great team effort for Maple Grove. Special teams, offense and defense, all clicking tonight. They win it over Burnsville, 32-14, our final. For Bill Hunstock, Ryan Iverson, and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in for 12 Sports coverage of high school football.